Hey Fresh Bake, we're starting our show today on Main Street to show you that they've got some scrim work going on a couple of the facades of Main Street shops. This is the Main Street Cinema, and then next door over at the Disney Clothiers, that is also under scrim. No word on how long this will be or for what they're doing. Obviously, it's probably just paint. That's usually what they're doing here. It's just paint work. But no word on how long this will take, or if they're going to be doing additional updates on facades. You remember? I don't know if it was last summer or the summer before that, where they did, I don't know, 3 or 4 different shops as well. So I don't expect this to be, street wide, the entire Main Street, but there may be more to come, because they usually do these in batches. And this one extends into Center Street as well. Riding on the Mark Twain on Saturday, and I found these walls. Those were construction walls for Haunted Mansion. It's Haunted Mansion actually today, or I should say yesterday, closed for its the holiday overlay, and they had put up some construction walls around it. I don't know if, I think that's all these are for, is just to block the view of what's happening, because they do stuff up on the fence line there. But I'm trying to remember if they put actual walls up before, or it was just scrim, in previous years. Maybe if I find some video in post, I can put that here to show how it looked in years past. If not, I don't know. I don't remember. Nothing new on the Tiki Room. Same walls, same scrim as before. Same applies for Tropical Hideaway. We're not going to see much here, you guys. We're just not. I did find a hole in the wall this time, but it had kind of a limited view, and I couldn't really see because it was really low. So I couldn't really watch what I was looking at or do any kind of fancy camera work there because it was just too low. But there you can see that they haven't really done much since the last time we looked. Let's head over to the Matterhorn, where it is under refurb again. No word from Disney about what it is that they're trying to do, so I don't think it's anything extensive or creative. No new Yetis or anything like that, no new tracks, no toboggans. But one thing that I did want to kind of observe is where they're putting the construction walls. This is video from 2015 when they did replace the Yeti. And you can note that the construction walls are fairly close to where the primary queue is, and well removed from where, let's say, Idlewild Snacks is, where you can get the turkey leg. There's quite a bit of separation there. But if you look at the video that we just shot a couple weeks ago, that's Idlewild Snacks right there. And those construction walls approach that building very closely. So you can tell that the area under construction, the area under refurb, is including more of the exterior queue areas and beyond the exterior queue, which is curious. It makes one think that perhaps they're maybe looking at doing something to single rider or changing the way those areas that, because you know how the Matterhorn has that covered queue, and then anything beyond that kind of just winds around randomly, and it's possible that they're trying to get that more organized because of Max Pass and because of single rider, those queues maybe are getting more complicated, or they want to get more creative with how they manage the queues. So I would expect possibly to see something happen in that regard. Now, some people have asked me to update them on what's happening at the Carousel Hotel on Harbor Blvd. This is the hotel, if you'll recall, that was purchased for the purpose of demoing so they could build the Eastern Gateway. This was going to be the path from the parking structure and the transportation hub. And then from here, you're going to take a bridge over Harbor Blvd and into Disneyland. That project has been canceled, and they're now building the parking structure that we're going to see later on in this show over there next to Mickey and Friends. But they still own the Carousel Hotel, and they still, I guess, intend to destroy it. So I don't know for what purpose they're going to use this land. It's not much land to do anything else. They just own it now, and it could be a vacant lot for a little while. That's my expectation. Let's head back to Disneyland, or actually downtown Disney, and that is the doorways for the Black Tap, which is the new restaurant coming to downtown Disney. And I'm showing you this because you can see that that they've opened up this area up here. They're doing some construction work inside, some exposed building. So I mean, they're not close then. It's actually not very close. Speaking of construction, Napolini is still gutted. It's been gutted for weeks. And they've also, and that's going to be the future Soda and Straw, formerly the Haagen-Dazs shop. Right here, that's gutted. Let's head to the Mickey and Friends parking structure, and we'll end here. To, you know, that's that. Oh, okay, so that's why I want to start here. Last week, I got myself all crossed up. Last week, I was looking at the concept art, and for whatever reason, you know, my bearings were just wrong, and I thought we were on Disneyland Drive, or I'm sorry, was it Magic? Yeah, Magic Way, which is that street right there where the bus is. See that bus? That's Magic Way right there. I thought that concept art was facing, or from that direction, and of course I was wrong. The concept art is very clearly from the same angle as we see it today, and people were educating me on that. So let's take a new look on that note. So here's that concept art again, and this street right here is not Magic Way, obviously. Now it is Disneyland Drive. Those escalators on the right are from the current Mickey and Friends parking structure, which makes a lot more sense now for us to envision that as being the roundabout in the current, as we see under construction now. I mean, it makes sense that I could get that crossed up, right? Just the way that looks, because you don't. What we're not seeing is the Mickey and Friends parking structure, which runs the length up the right side of this photo, of this image, of the concept art, and then all we're seeing in frame in the center there is the new parking structure running this way on, as we look at it from the Mickey and Friends parking structure. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's because I'm watching them build this from a different angle. Well, I guess there's going to be new escalators, new everything there. So you're going to have access to the tram loading area from both sides of the Mickey and Friends going one direction, and the Pixar Pals, or whatever you want to call it, parking structure going in a perpendicular direction to that. What's good thing, by the way, I didn't notice this last week. One of the fun things to note here is that those are a lot of trees, and let's hope that they don't do one of those things where the concept art doesn't jive with reality, because I would love it if there were that many trees in this parking structure. I mean in the loading area, because there were trees there before, but I don't think quite as many as what we're seeing there. But that looks, really nice. And then you got the trams loading in the same direction. Now, I guess it looks like it's going to return to its old route, more or less, where we load, where we did before. And then I guess, which direction is that tram going, you guys? Is it going? It has to be going towards the Mickey and Friends escalators, right? It has to be. That's the direction it'll drive. Yeah, and then where does it? I wonder. It's going to have to loop around at some point. There is like a tunnel, so I'm wondering if that's probably where the trams are going to loop around. They're going to go underneath that area and then meet out in front. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. On second thought, I think it's possible that they may flip which side you load on. And I say that only based on the trees. Notice where the trees are favored. The trees are favored on the parking structure side of that area, whereas on the tram side, the tram that we see in the picture on the road doesn't have very many trees right up near it, but that's where people are going to be waiting. So you would expect the shaded areas to be where the people are waiting. Therefore, I think that train or that tram is actually on its way back from the park, and it's going to loop around underneath that bridge that we just showed you, and it's going to load and unload, or it could unload here and load on the side where all the trees are next to the new parking structure. I think that seems more reasonable based on what we're seeing in this concept art. Anyway, let's continue before I break my brain. They've already put down flooring, and it looks like concrete is next. That is definitely going to connect these two parking structures. Mickey and Friends and Pixar pals. Would you not agree? Wow. By the way, I think I guessed last week that we would probably see concrete on that flooring by this week, if not next. And I was half right. Well, I should say the whole thing will probably have concrete by next week. So yeah, this week we got half of it in concrete. Next week we'll probably get the other half. And hopefully, maybe by next week we'll start seeing, enough where they can put flooring down there. Here's another view of the ramps under construction, and more flooring put on the rear half. Well, I guess that's not the rear half, is it? It's the western half because it's gonna. Is it? No, that is the rear half. Oh my god, I keep forgetting. I mean, it's kind of a square, but the way it looks in the concept art, it looks like a rectangle in the concept art, but it is kind of a square, just like the Mickey and Friends is. I was hoping this guy was gonna do something, but I think he just gets out. Yeah, I'm good. Parked it. We're good. And there's that loading area, long shot from the loading area from the rear side of the Mickey and Friends parking structure. Looks great. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out some of our other videos and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. We truly are the best of Disney Bake Fresh Daily. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time. Fresh Baked!